Hiya! I'm gonna show you my updated version of the obsidian and sand/concrete duper from Scorpio. Since the concrete blast chamber wasn't working anymore, I'm also testing an RBC text-to-speech and I hope you can understand everything clearly. But first I gonna show you the intro. I hope you like it. Welcome back. I hope it was great. It would be nice if you could let me know in the comments. Now, I'm going to show you my updated version of the farm. As you've seen, we have the sand/concrete duper here, and right back here, we have the function of the obsidian farm, with the minecart already at place. I've implemented a quality of life improvement for the obsidian farm. Now, there's no need to place a minecart every time you want to use the farm, and you won't have to remove it afterward. I've incorporated a note block mechanism that seamlessly moves the rail to the minecart to start the farm. The note block is placed close to the duper note block, so you can choose what you want to use from the same position. Above, I've set up a super cool automatic item loader. But before we dive into the details, let me tell you how it works. It brings in new items using a minecart chest, filling it up, and only goes back when both the hopper and the minecart chest are empty. The obsidian farm keeps running while the minecart chest is refilled, so you don't have to do anything. Feel free to add any automatic farm you like. I made the loader really fast. It gets loaded from all 4 sides. Check out the string duper I used. Here's a tip. Turn on the automatic farm only when you need it. The minecart can switch it on and off super easily. For the string farm, I added 6 minecart hoppers for each string to fill the hopper faster. These 2 modifications I've made, I can only recommend, as they make your Minecraft life much easier. Now, here's a tip. I recommend keeping the chunk loader turned off most of the time, only flick it on when you're running the obsidian farm or the sand/concrete duper for optimal performance. But here's the crucial part. If the server happens to crash or restart while your farm is active, always double check if the chunk loader is still running. If you notice the minecart isn't there or isn't coming back, head to the nether or drop an item through the portal. This ensures that the nether load and the minecart comes back again. As you can see, I've already activated the obsidian farm in the overworld. Now, let me guide you on how to start it correctly in the end and what can happen if you don't initiate it right. It's crucial to activate the water stream before turning on the obsidian breaker. When we activate the obsidian breaker, the piston is also activated. However, we want to ensure that the piston doesn't activate before the water stream, as the flowing water can update the piston. And since the wither can destroy flowing water, it would lead to the piston triggering too quickly, potentially resulting in the obsidian breaker breaking. Pull the first lever to retract the piston, and pull the second lever to bring back the stone. This button is a lifesaver for the piston. When the server crashes, restarts, or a new player joins the end while the farm is running, there's a chance the piston won't retrieve the blocks. This, unfortunately, leads to the piston not activating as expected. But don't worry, just press this handy button to initiate a quick reset for the piston. It ensures everything is back on track and ready to roll. With the water flowing, turning on the obsidian breaker works smoothly. Now, I'll show you what happens when the obsidian breaker is activated before the water. When the water updates the piston, the wither can remove it, causing the water to update the piston again. This triggers the piston at the wrong time, potentially breaking the obsidian breaker. While the button may offer some help, especially for the breaker, keep in mind that if blocks are destroyed, it might not work at all. My recommendation? Power everything off, inspect the breaker, and then activate it correctly to prevent any potential problems. Now, we have a scenario where the piston didn't retrieve the blocks back, preventing it from being updated by the water. This is precisely why I added the button. This happened because I activated the water after the obsidian breaker. Since the breaker wasn't in its default position, it didn't work properly. This also triggered the piston too quickly, causing the wither to take damage rapidly and shoot blue skulls. I noticed the damage later on, but maybe you caught it, winky face. If you encounter this scenario, I'll guide you through resetting the breaker. And, if you happen to spot the wither destroying additional blocks with those blue skulls, like hoppers, walls and anything that was used to build, it's important to fix those issues before restarting the farm to ensure everything runs smoothly. The lever on the redstone lamp down that controls the concrete powder farm. It switches between farming concrete or concrete powder, sand, and gravel. When turned on, it will close the fence gate. Additionally, when it's on, the falling blocks won't pass through the fence gate and will instead drop down to the blast chamber mechanism. I recommend using this only for concrete farming, not for sand or gravel. Otherwise, too many entities could accumulate, potentially crashing your game. Now, let me show you 2 ways a player can safely exit if the obsidian farm is activated and they join the end. This is important because they will drop down to the wither. The first way is to walk around the wither because on the other side, I've added 2 fence gates so a player can go out. For the second way, I've removed the signs, allowing the water to flow towards the wither. A player can now go inside since there is no souls in below. They can then swim under the wither to the exit, which I believe is also the fastest way. I've also made a small change to the dropping system that collects the obsidian via the minecart hoppers. I added one more dropper, and on the right side, I directed the hopper to the dropper that's dropping the item. The reason for adding a second hopper is that the piston with the observer won't need to move for every single item if the first hopper is filled with many items. This setup allows the dropper to move the items faster to the last dropper, creating a permanent redstone signal until the last dropper is empty. I have a helpful tip to share with you. When creating an observer clock, doing it manually results in a slower clock compared to when a piston creates the clock. Keep this in mind for a faster redstone clock. The difference might seem small, but using a piston to set up the clock ensures a quicker and more efficient redstone mechanism overall. I want to explain why I moved the Soulsand down by one block and added a new row of fence gates, along with some smooth stone below to safeguard the TNT mechanism in case something happens to the Soulsand. In my experience, the Wither, when breaking blocks with blue skulls, could hit and kill the golem or even destroy the fence gate since it was able to hit the Soulsand. Additionally, there was a risk that the Wither might shoot the skulls a little higher and hit the redstone line for the fence gate mechanism of the duper, potentially destroying the redstone line. As you can see, even now, the skulls fly through the block. To fix this, it's not easy, only the redstone torch can be easily placed from above. That's why I changed the redstone line behind the wall, where the skulls can't hit it. I used iron doors and trapdoors, but you can also use wooden doors for the same purpose. To make the blast chamber work seamlessly again, I made some changes. One crucial adjustment is the use of 4 observers instead of 2, as using only 2 could glitch a TNT out and potentially destroy the chamber mechanism. As you can see, I've added a waterlogged trapdoor to allow TNT to explode below it, destroying the concrete but not the trapdoor. As a bonus, in the end, you'll see how to dupe anvils. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. You can find the schematic in the description below. Don't forget to check out Scorpio's video, where he'll guide you on placing the boat and minecarts. If you found this helpful, leave a like, and consider subscribing so I know to create more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.